Bitcoin and blockchain stuff is as much a DARPA creation as Facebook and similar operations.
We are free, we are America.
I felt it almost amounted to an insider position, and so I did not participate, also on principle. I just didn't feel that it was something that I wanted to be part of. I knew some of the guys that wrote some of the code, and the Bitcoin and blockchain stuff is as much a DARPA creation as Facebook and similar operations. They aren't the organic entrepreneur thing that most people are sold. These were mechanisms put in place, promoted, militarized social media, militarized trading, mechanisms, currencies, and they are designed to allow those people behind them that control those technologies to literally take over the world.
Treasure trove of information once again. Thank you. And those listening, I quoted President Trump earlier, which led one into following up on that it's bigger than losing any world war if the dollar doesn't remain the world's reserve currency. And I think we have gained a greater understanding to that, some insights into NESARA, GESARA, XLM, and so forth. In conclusion here, I want to go back to the Dodd-Frank bill, which I think was under Obama's watch, perhaps Bush's, but way back then. We know right now there's a problem with the banks. They can't keep a lid on that any longer. We know FDIC basically is bankrupt and doesn't insure even 1 or 2% of the total deposits of our money. We know about from 2008-9 debacle, created, of course, by those that create these things. The bail-in, bail-out. We bailed out the banks then, and through taxpayer dollars. Now they're going to bail. Either way, we're paying for it. Now we're going to bail in, according to the Dodd-Frank bills, I understand to be. Bail in, of course, means keep our deposits to shore things up for the mess the banks are in. I translate that as theft, but that's just my opinion. Having said that, there's a problem with the banks. Do you care to comment on Dodd-Frank, FDIC, bail-in, bail-out as we wrap up this segment?
The one thing I do want to say is this, you have to have a certain amount of what's accepted for trade and pay your mortgage, pay your car payment, receive what you get from the company you work for or your business or whatever. I would be trying to get a fairly good portion of what you have if you have a reserve. Get the reserve, the stuff you don't use for day-to-day operations that you need to be able to function day-to-day. Get a healthy portion of that out of dollars into a tangible, something that's going to have value down the road. Even the wealthiest people on the planet aren't leaving their money in currencies. They're buying land, they're buying factories, they're buying things that they think are going to have value after the reset that's coming, and not have it denominated in dots and tittles on a computer screen, bits of paper, whatever. And that includes, within the blockchain, what is it converted to? You might make a massive amount in dots and tittles on a computer screen, but are you going to be able to convert it to a tangible readily? Are they going to choke you off from being able to spend it for social reasons, etc.? I would be holding something that's readily convertible to things that you want or need in relatively smaller denominations. That's why I prefer silver coin, US coinage, not bars and other stuff as much, because you have to prove that it's authentic and is what it's purported to be. US coinage, junk, not for collector value. gold and silver coin, and I prefer silver because smaller denominations. And you don't necessarily have to have a lot. If you just have some, then at least you have a basis for riding through. This isn't Armageddon. It's not the end of the world. Even if you put stuff into something else that has value, whether it's a tractor or a piece of land or something else that's got utility, it's probably not there forever, even in gold or silver. It's a store of wealth for the far side of this chaos that's coming over the next year or two, so that you're well positioned to take advantage of a lot of the amazing deals that are going to happen, because we're going to reduce the population here in the US, but it's going to be by removing people who are not US citizens. The pressure on everything is going to go down, not up. Property prices, etc. And there's going to be a stability period to re-stabilize our economy. But on the far side of that, as we start to get it back under control and go about the business of America, which is business, there's going to be some great opportunities. I'm not hiding under a rock. I'm not digging deeper in the underground bunker. I'm anticipating some gripping moments and an opportunity to get in and do what America does best, and do it with fellow patriots, get us back on an even keel. And once we're stable here, just like putting your oxygen mask on in the airplane, before you put the person next to you's oxygen mask or your children, you get your own oxygen mask on, and then you're well positioned to help the person next to you. And that's exactly what we're going to do, make America great again, so we can go out and help save the world from the tyranny by crooks and criminals in high office, so we can go back out and help the world to get back on a right track, a godly track, that is what we can agree to as Americans.
We are at war. Join me the first Thursday monthly at 4:30 p.m. Eastern for a discussion with Juan O'Savin on the John and Juan Intel and Insight Show 30-minute program for critically important updates, intel, and analysis. No noise, interruptions, distractions, or sensationalism. Just critically important information you need to hear at this precise moment in time in our war. Visit ampnews.us, wake up and step up, and may God be with you.